What's up, guys? It's your boy GP coming in with another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we bring your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars together, have a dope conversation, and kick out some high frequency vibes. Yeah, it's been an interesting week with alts rebounding a little bit and looking like they're holding steady and starting to form some uptrends with some higher lows. Bitcoin is playing ball, so I'm happy. And plenty of news to go over. We've got some of my favorites in the house tonight, so let me get through the news, kind of show you what we got going on, and then we'll bring our guest up to hear from them and get some based takes. I have some bookmarks that I made for the day that I'd like to go over with you guys, so let's get straight into it. Pulling up the bookmarks, we have big shout out to the Hermetica squad with the first Bitcoin-backed stablecoin USDH. Coming from Hermetica, this is your reminder that selling Bitcoin is like throwing away the golden goose. Keep your SBTC, borrow USDH against it, and let your assets do the heavy lifting. BTC stays yours, you get liquidity, and USDH earns yields. Smart money plays on easy mode. So yes, this is very true. Borrow against your Bitcoin on Zest, borrow USDH, rinse and repeat. Yield is easy to earn in the Stacks ecosystem while creating a more programmable Bitcoin. So get yourself into the game, guys. Coming out of Stacking DAO, big shout out to the Stacking DAO team. Over 550 million STX have been stacked, marking an all-time high in stacking TVL. Currently, only about 12% of Stacks STX are liquid and available for DeFi use. Still plenty of room for Stacking DAO to expand and drive more capital into the Stacks DeFi ecosystem. Very cool little infographic, rewards in BTC and stacked STX hitting an all-time high here. Yes, very cool. Big shout out to the Stacking DAO team. Moving on, Zest Protocol. Be sure to follow Zest Protocol on X and Stacking DAO on X and Hermetica on X, all the based protocols we have in the Stacks ecosystem. Another Zest weekly recap is here. Let's dive into the numbers. So let's see. Going into the numbers, STX deposits plus 26.67%, 21 or 2.1 million to 2.66 million. Looks like users are taking advantage of earning yield on STX with instant yield accumulation within one block and fast withdrawals within one block. Awesome to see this. Getting STX deposits are growing on Zest. Let's see. STX BTC deposits are up as well, 29%, almost 30%. 1.69 million to 2.19 million. Around 12% of the available STX BTC are deposited on Zest to be used as collateral to borrow other assets. Liquid stacking at its finest, unlocking more capital in the Stacks DeFi ecosystem. Borrowing activity has been rising for many assets. USDH loans, 31.43%. We've got STX loans, 9.52%, and USDC loans, 6.34%. The pillars of Stacks DeFi, liquid staking tokens and stablecoins being borrowed for DeFi strategies. With SBTC supply reaching 3K, the yield from the Stacks reward program has dropped to 2.7%. Yet thanks to Zest boosted APR, which adds 1% on top, BTC deposits on Zest enjoy a 35% payout boost. Big stuff. And that's a wrap on another Zesty week. See you next Tuesday for the next weekly recap edition, and stay zesty. Note, the recap is NFA, and Zest and other apps are variable at any time. Big stuff coming out of Zest. All right, so getting straight into the news from Cointelegraph today, actively managed ETFs in the US hit 1 trillion in assets. So it is steadily growing. You see up and to the right. So these ETFs are growing at a rapid pace. Update: BlackRock's BITL tokenized fund triples in value to 1.87 billion in just 3 weeks. Look at this. It was slow and steady at first, and then boom, boom, boom. In the last 3 weeks, Biddle has exploded. So very, very cool stuff there. People are liking Biddle. Alert, another drama hit Hyperliquid as a well-manipulated jelly by opening up a 6 million short, self-liquidating, and forcing the HLP vault to inherit a massive position, resulting in over 10 million in unrealized losses. And also, here, let's click into this and see a little bit. Hyperliquid intervened, delisted Jelly, and force closed the trade at a favorable price, flipping the situation into a 700K profit. Smart move on the Hyperliquid team. And also from there, another drama. That's the one that I just read. Okay, so bullish. Senator Loomis will be having a conversation with Michael Saylor at 3 p.m. today. Looking forward to hearing some snippets from that conversation, maybe some speculation around it, what they were discussing. Very, very bullish. Maybe she's getting some advice from Michael Saylor since he's been accumulating. Who do you think will hold more Bitcoin by the end of it, the U.S. or Michael Saylor? Who's to know? Maybe it's a good prediction market for OpPredict. Shout out Lord Rosar. Research. BTC-Fi is turning Bitcoin into a DeFi powerhouse. Elastos secures 50% of BTC's hash rate and offers full EVM compatibility. Trustless smart contracts via BEL2, BTC-backed stablecoins, and DID solutions. Compared to Stacks, SDX, and Rootstock, it stands out with institutional adoption, broad exchange listings, and cross-chain interoperability with Ethereum and Bitcoin. But is it decentralized though? Okay, moving on. Just in, crypto crime fighting group T3 FCU has frozen 9 million USDT today linked to the Bybit hack. In the past 6 months, T3 FCU has blocked over $150 million in illicit funds. So they are targeting the Lazarus hacking group. That is who they believe it is, and stopping them in their tracks. So good work on their part. New, Discord is planning to work with JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs for an IPO per Bloomberg. Interesting what that's going to look like. This is the big news of the day running around town is new. GameStop plans to raise $1.3 billion through convertible notes. It's speculated they will use some of the funds to purchase Bitcoin. And I think later in the day that it may have been confirmed that they'll be doing this. So we'll see. Latest, the market cap of stablecoin USDC has surpassed 60 billion for the first time. Stablecoins are at a rise. There's new regulations surrounding it. Fidelity is making their own stablecoin that we learned earlier this week. Just all sorts of news going on, and USDC hitting 60 billion for the first time does not surprise me. It is one of the most widely used stablecoins. So stablecoins are at an all-time high. Bulls are waiting for a catalyst for the next leg up. So we'll see. Japanese 10-year yield rises to 1.59%, highest since June 2008. And moving on, President Trump claims that auto tariffs will be permanent. We could listen to what he has to say here for a second. Let's see. Asking about the tariffs.
This is permanent, yeah, 100%.
100% permanent. You heard it from his mouth. Latest, Bitcoin rally to 2-week high near 88K may be a classic bull trap as low trading volume, negative funding fees, and macro uncertainty suggest weak bullish conviction. We'll see. We're waiting on some breakouts. Shout out Crypto Landy. He said 85. No, I think 88.5 was his number that he was looking at. So we'll see. Wyoming moves to launch its own stable token in July. I wonder what they will call it. And big shout out to Orange, Meet Orange Collector, our first official Find to Earn ambassador. If you are not following Orange, go give him a follow along with Skullcoin BTC. Come play Find Earth with us in the morning time on the Let's Go Morning Show. The morning show starts at 8:30 a.m. ET, and Find to Earn starts at 9:30 a.m. ET for your chance to find to earn and win some prizes. And I wanted to also share my screen on the Coin Market Cap. Let's go check out Coin Market Cap. Forgive me. So the fear and greed index is looking like it's around the neutral territory at 34%. Let's get into the 24-hour gainers. Curved out token, CRV, Sway, and Maker, and then Pepe. It's cool to see a meme coin gaining there. And then let's get into by market cap and figure out where Stacks lays after today's price action. Let's see. So we were down here around 68. So up 2 positions since the last time I talked to you guys. Up 7.61% on the week. So let's go. And then maybe just a little demonstration real quick of DeOrganized games. Might play a little game later, but I just wanted to show it off to you guys. Go to DeOrganized.media, set up your profile. We have DeOrganized games covered. So just going home from here, showing off, welcome to DeOrganized Games. They play classic games reimagined with blockchain technology, compete in smart contract powered matches, and earn unique NFT rewards while supporting creators within our ecosystem. It's all there, guys. This is it, man. Come hang with us, and we'll probably play some Tic Tac Boom in a little bit. But I don't want to keep the guys waiting too much longer. So let's go ahead and let's bring our guys on and have a good conversation. So we've got the Crypto Dude, we've got the Jack Bin Switch, and our favorite Peace Love Music. How are we doing, guys? Happy Wednesday. Get over the hump.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
How are we feeling about the markets, guys?
Cautiously optimistic.
Yep.
Best way to look at it, man. I did a video earlier about Stacks holding above its 200 EMA on the 4-hour chart. I am cautiously optimistic as well. The 50 EMA is looking to cross the 200 EMA, which is considered a golden cross to the upside. If you use EMAs, and usually there's some volatile moves either down or up whenever that happens. So we'll see. We need Bitcoin to play ball. Bitcoin also holding the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, looking for a golden cross maybe by the end of the week, early April. And that's when Q2 starts. So it makes sense. There's multiple conviction or there's multiple things pointing at higher, right? Do we break over 88.5? That's the question. So for the short term, maybe we have some more sideways and up, but we need to see some key levels being broken through.
It's hard not to be bullish overall when since Monday, all you've heard about is stablecoins. And why does anyone care about stablecoins? Because the next most common, it's usually halfway a joke when someone posts this. It's like, well, how do I make money with stablecoins? Like, everyone's into stablecoins. How do I benefit from this? Well, yeah. So what you're seeing is just a massive sign of where we're at. Okay, because you absolutely need stables in this space. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the fact that you're seeing everyone come online with them now and everyone planning to do even more stables, that's a huge bullish signal that this thing that we talk about, whether we call it mass adoption or the normies are here or TradFi's coming, yes, to all of those things, yes, because that's why they're doing that now. So again, when your average normie who's not done anything with Bitcoin, when they enter the market, stable coins will probably be used in real life at this point, right? Not just on crypto stuff. That's where it's 100%. Headed. That's where it's headed. So
yeah, not even probably. It's happening. I mean,
right.
It's happening.
So how can you not be bullish if you recognize that Bitcoin isn't like mispriced to the upside at 88,000. It's mispriced to the downside.
How do you feel about Missouri coming up with their own stable, and that like, you know, you got Fidelity coming out with their own, but like Missouri, a state, coming out with their own stable is something else, right?
I'm the wrong one to ask about stuff like that because I prefer to keep my government and my crypto separate to any extent possible. You know, like that.
You know what, though? I don't mind if there's a both public and private options, you know? That makes sense in a decentralized world. So I don't have a problem with them issuing it as long as they don't say that nobody else can issue it too under certain guidelines and, you know, rules that just make sure that people aren't just issuing currency that doesn't have any backing, because what could go wrong if that's going on?
I mean, it turns into another Ponzi, like the fiat system,
Right.
And that's the problem. Like, okay, so what worries me is that I don't want the government picking winners for stables, right? Because then you're just getting right back to square one. And, you know, so you don't want the government to pick winners. You want there to be a decentralized, useful alternative. And you don't want, look, a lot of these stables are not going to have any transparency. Like you want, like, we're trying to get away from that system. We're trying to get away from that. We're trying, like, there's a better system. Like Hermetica today released its audit for the month. Like you can go in and see every single level, you know, of how much liquidity, where it's deployed, this, that, and the other.
Hermetic is the best stable coin on the market because it's the hardest one because it's backed by Bitcoin.
Right.
Hands down.
100%. So like, I saw something this morning when I woke up and it set me off. Like, if I had autistic laser beams, I would have burned a hole straight through my phone, like a retarded Superman or something. Like it was just, you know, like Bitcoin's works best on TradFi rails, right? Okay, so this is the natural progression of Bitcoin maximalism. Or is this like, you know, a shill without good intentions trying to like make this, you know, a narrative? No, Bitcoin does not work great on traditional financial rails because, it was prefaced by Bitcoin's for everyone. That's the thing. So even, you know, that was framed as like even TradFi, even government, even a monopoly man over at the Federal Reserve, you know, with his Filipino sex slaves, like even that guy, Bitcoin's for everybody, right? No, you can't argue with that part, can you? But then to follow that up with like, yeah, and it works best on TradFi rails. Well, bitch, TradFi rails aren't open to everybody either. Like, how many friends do you have in crypto who don't have a bank, who can't have a bank, who have no access to financial services?
Right.
So that to me is either very poorly thought out, which many maximalist talking points are in fact just very poorly thought out. So that's either very poorly thought out or that's someone who's disingenuous. So like that's the thing I don't like about the stablecoin stuff. Like it's just I'm worried that there's going to be too much regulatory capture, this, that, and the other. But then that gets me back to, well, then we're just back where we started because you can't stop this shit. If they could have stopped Bitcoin, they just would have stopped it in the first place. You can't stop it. So we'll always have crypto. We'll just be doing what we're doing now. Worst case scenario, you know. So I guess it's not I just don't like that.
Yeah, like if you can't beat them, join them situation with all these big institutional adopters. Like they fought for so long for it to happen, and now they're like, okay, well, we're joining you, and we're going to try to take it over with our own rails. So yeah, I mean, I agree. And then the maxis are all excited, but where does this fit into the ethos of decentralization? You know what I mean? So like all of the things that they preached and stuff about for a very long time, and now they're like excited about institutional adoption is kind of like it's not a catch-22. I don't want to call them hypocrites.
It's just ironic.
Ironic.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is. I mean, look, you're going to have a whole big pie there, and TradFi is going to have their piece, and we're going to have our piece, and, you know, Coinbase is going to have its piece, and everyone's going to, that's the ideal situation. But the ideal situation doesn't usually just happen by default. It usually happens by a bunch of headache and conflict, right? So that's the part I don't like. And I mean, again, the logical progression of maxis, if you want small blocks, how do you scale Bitcoin? And you can't use anything else, no other blockchain. You can't use anything else. You can only use Bitcoin. It's the only, Bitcoin was handed to Satoshi by God himself on Mount Sinai, right? Like it's the only thing you can use. No, I don't know, man. Like,
well, that's why like Stacks did it right, man. Like, it followed SEC regs to a T. Got that A+ rating, and then has never broken that standard. And now we have a decentralized Bitcoin asset in our ecosystem that's decentralized and secure. So it's one of those things that is like it's catered towards those that want to carry the Bitcoin ethos. And I respect that, because everybody's been chipping away and grinding for a long time, and it's happening now.
And that's the why for Stacks, by the way, because I don't want to see you wind up the Monopoly man's Filipino sex slave. Like,
hey, I might just end up being that sex slave. And thank you, looking out for your boy. So, one of those things, man. Jack, I appreciate you more and more each day, man. Thank you for not letting them take me and make me a sex slave. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Forever in your debt. So, did you boys see the that GME is going to be closing some stores and getting to buying some Bitcoin, like everybody else right now? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a no. I mean, all media is collapsing everything's collapsing into the digital realm, right? Saylor says it all the time, and so that's just brick and mortar retail is obvious now that's on its way out. People are just having things shipped to them. We have all of these different providers that are, Amazon's on my street every day, even if they're not at my house every day. And between my wife and my sister and stuff I have to order, they're at my house almost every goddamn day anyway. So, I mean, it's like, there's no, like, my daughter does go to the mall and the shopping centers, and they tend to buy, there's more food service places than clothing stores, and God, there hasn't been a bookstore in any of the malls near me in a long time. So it's all collapsing. It's not a shock that GameStop is closing stores. They have to close stores because it's not a profitable model anymore to not do that. But in the same vein that they're realizing that that's not a profitable model, putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet, well, that appears to be a profitable model.
Yeah, they're hedging against inflation. You know what I mean? And like, dude, like those college kids really like stuck it to the man. So now they're finding different ways to continue to be operating, so it's like, it makes sense. They're just following suit, right? Like you said, so
dude, you would probably have to, in my surrounding area, you would probably at least 8 to 9 liquor stores and probably 7 or so head shops would you drive past before you could buy your first book. Like, that shit's sad,
You can't. There's no bookstores anymore.
No, and it's true. Like the bookstore we had in our mall shut down years ago because it just couldn't make it. And again,
I used to go hang out in bookstores like it was a library.
Yeah, me too.
I would just read books, read magazines, any magazine I wanted. I'd get a coffee because they'd started having coffee shops in there, and that was a place we'd go and hang out, meet, talk.
Yeah. No, but like, and them having them on their balance sheet, you could see that become like a catalyst towards implementing crypto payments, right? And having all of that. I think that one of the things that we've done in this space over the years, because I mean, no one can predict the future. A lot of people have just kind of taken for granted that the institutions and so forth would use what's already been built instead of building their own stuff. But I think as you get down the line in businesses, there's going to be more, that's where the solutions that have already been built will be utilized, like Chase Bank is probably going to build their own financial rails on crypto if they haven't already. But like, you know, the local coffee shop, the local this person, the local this, that, and the other, and even some regional chains, I think they'll probably, you know, go to ready-made solutions on the blockchain.
You're going to see it'll cycle through different scenarios too, but you're going to see a lot of, like, we have Rosar's building out OpPredict. It's a prediction market thing, and the guys we had on the show this morning, they built out Big Market, which is one of the Biddle Battle things, along with Rosar's Blaze. That is a prediction market piece that kind of does a similar thing. So him and Rosar, they're building the same thing in parallel right now, but in the same ecosystem. So there's a lot of different influences. It's using the same language. So they'll be able to eventually, and it's all open source stuff, or most of it's open source stuff. So people will be able to go and take the good from this one and the good from that one, and then build an even better mousetrap. And it's kind of like when cars were a new thing, and people with that mechanical and engineering skill could actually build their own car potentially, you know, in a garage somewhere, you know, when you know, so before everything was standardized, you had all these different things you could build, and then it came together. And so there will be winning ideas, and there will be winning implementations, and then there'll be adaptation, and it'll get kind of standardized by the market. But the more decentralized and the more open it is, the more we can keep iterating and innovating on all of it.
Yeah, competition drives innovation. There you go. You hit the nail on the head there. Even though there are two prediction platforms being worked on right now, one having this and one having that, and then they find different ways to do the same thing and different features to implement because they have to compete, you know, and stay ahead of the curve, like Jack would say. So, like, that's one of the
even like WAGMI's Block 9. So how tempting would it be to leave your house and go to your local farmer's market and talk to the people there and be like, hey, you could do so much better. This could be so much easier if we got you to learn how to implement, you know, crypto and crypto payments in your business, whether you own a nursery, whether you sell grass-fed beef, whether you own a dairy, all of these different things. There's going to be so many opportunities. And I think that's where decentralization really, really shines. And again, we should have, under ideal circumstances, we should have our own slice of the pie where we flourish. And, you know, TradFi has its nonsense, and, you know,
interesting that you like brought that up with WAGMI too, because they had like, he had those guys with the grass-fed beef, and then just like a day or two ago, we had some guys that have some land in Nigeria, and they're going to be doing real world assets with cocoa trees, you know, and I think it's really cool that how everything is going to get tokenized. Everything is going to be utilizing blockchain technology for the ledger and for the transparency, you know. So very, very cool stuff. I
call that meat space integration.
Yeah.
Meat space inversion.
Meat space integration.
What, the beef part?
Not just in general, like the more real world adoption and tokenization of, you know, that comes into play.
You inadvertently made a joke about the beef. I like it, dude. You know, it is going to be interesting to really see where we are in a year from now, much less 5, especially with all the apps being built here in Stacks. You know, we're building on Bitcoin here. You can't deny it. Everything is secured by Bitcoin. It's finalized on Bitcoin, and it's decentralized. So a decentralized environment fosters a lot of collaboration. So it's one of those things you'll see a lot of teams formed, a lot of people working together to further the narrative and innovate. So it's a very interesting time in Bitcoin's history right now. Just read about that. You know, BTC Fi is one of those things. It's huge, and we saw this years ago. You know, and that's what makes stacks special is that you have ways to earn yield, you have things to do. And interact with each other. You know, speaking of interacting, like I definitely wanted to get into like a little bit of deorganized games. Did you guys want to spin up a game and play a game with the audience and kind of show off what deorganized games is about?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's fun. I mean, it's fun. I know it's the bomb guy.
You guys should play and let me learn how to bomb. I haven't done bombs yet, so you two should play. Or Jack.
Hell yeah.
I can play. I'll play one of y'all. This will be my first go.
Let's go.
Do I need the deorganized account? Because my deorganized account, I'm not logging in with that wallet.
No, you can actually. It would just be a testnet wallet, so you just got to log into testnet. It doesn't matter. It'll set up an account for you. It'll just be a new account under that wallet.
Yeah. So we looked at this in the opening segment, just, you know, getting into all the metrics and stuff. What we're talking about here is whenever we go to home, we go to browse games here, and then tic tac boom right here. This is what we're about to play. You know, we've got the Batcave. We've got two different lobbies. So whenever you go to play these games, a portion of the buy-in goes to supporting creators within the ecosystem. So it's kind of fostering a sense of support for the creator economy here on Bitcoin via stacks. So we've got the Batcave for one group of creators. Maybe they're mic jockeys, so to speak, and they run spaces. And then you have Gotham City, which could be for supporting different artists within the ecosystem. I think that we have both open lobbies right now. So let's spin something up in the Batcave first. So I'm gonna join here, and I'll wait on one of the guys to jump in, and then we can start the match and go from there. So I'm in there, and then whenever we get there, I think that it might take a second for everybody to log in. Who wants to play, fellas? Who is it? Who's up against the kid?
I'm logging in now.
Yeah, awesome. I think Jack's gonna do it.
Okay. Yeah, so last time we played this, I was toying with Peace, and I was bribing Crypto Dude with feed pics. That's kind of what went down. I was like, dude, I'll send you 2 feed pics, and one with above the ankle if you don't bomb me and you bomb him. And then I made the wrong move, just toying around with Peace, and he was like, well, you know what? You made the wrong move, and you're not being a good guy right now. You're toying with Peace when you could have won. So he then bombed me. But I still ended up winning. So, hey, the W went to me. But who knows what it might be? I might be a cocky person today. So somebody might not like it in the audience. And it's just like, he's being too cocky, and buys a bomb and then throws it at me and changes the whole aspect of the game and changes the outcome of the game as well. So we'll see, man. Does Jack get the dub the first time he signs in? That is the question.
I don't know. It's giving me a little trouble connecting my wallet. I'm on testnet, but
which testnet are you on?
Yeah, does it matter which testnet?
Let's see.
I know 3 and 4 both work fine.
All right, let me check it. I'm on reg test.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that might be what. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and enter the match and just wait for whoever. This is the last match, and it looks like whoever got an easy go. Who won this last one? Let's see if we can see. It would be a nice trip to be able to see who. Oh, Batman wins. Boom. Batman won. Big shout out to Batman. He probably beat the Joker. Went top right. You can see all the moves here. So you went top right, middle left, top center, and then the top left. You see this red area? It got bombed. So top left, this corner right here got bombed, and then the next time, top left again, and he won. So very cool stuff. You can see that I'm in the lobby here. It's confirmed. We're just waiting for somebody to join whenever that goes down. You can also.
I can join it if you're having trouble, Jack.
Yeah, it's giving me a little issue. I'm on testnet 4 now, but it ain't acting right.
No,
maybe you try to sign in.
He might have He said he opened up the test net. He opened up alpha test, but maybe he didn't.
There, I'll join your match then, GP.
All right, I was just gonna go over it while we're waiting.
Yeah, this wallet definitely isn't whitelisted, so that might be it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if he actually opened it or not.
So we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, I just invoked a start match, by the way.
Oh, okay. So I need to head back over. I was gonna get into analytics, but since you're there, Peace, are you gonna bomb somebody today? Are you gonna jump in there and bomb me?
I am in the game, but I don't see. It says 0 of 3 bombs, so maybe he took bombs out.
No, I think that.
No, that's
waiting.
You haven't probably dropped a bomb yet, so it'll be 3 out of 3 once you're done.
Oh, maybe. All right.
And now you have an option to bomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what I can do here.
Yeah, so it's got to wait, and you can see
you can only bomb actual moves. So.
I really hope that he doesn't bomb me, and he's like, dude, he's been such a good co-host. He's been working on that DeOrganized schedule.
Look, you're not going to win me over with your feet picks, GP. You're just not.
He saw me busting out the feet picks immediately. Dang, dude. Dang. That ain't no good. Go ahead and take that. You can have this. I'll give you something. I just sent something to your DM, Peace. Don't judge me. I'm desperate. I want to.
Well, all right. So don't look at my DMs.
Oh shoot! And this is something special, right? You can get in here, and then you can immediately say, "We wanted you're our audience, right?" And you wanted to get in here when this is live on, DeOrganized Games goes from, just testnet. You can get in here and say, hey, I want to bomb this person, or I want to bomb that person. I'm rooting for Crypto Dude, so I'm going to bomb GP. So it's like a very interactive thing. Like, we are playing this live. You can get in there into the lobby, buy some bombs, and all of all the bombs that you buy, the contributions go to supporting creators within the ecosystem. So it's really good stuff.
So you could have some fun with that, dude. You could just get some bombs and just troll the shit out of people.
You can only do 3 bombs per match, though.
Yeah, but you can get with your buddy.
You have to be strategic with your bombing.
Looks like a cat's game unless somebody decides to change the outcome here. See how this is going? This looks like a cat's game, but it just might change the outcome if somebody bought a bomb in the middle of this. That's strategic, right? It's almost like chess where you need to think 3 places.
Oh, snap. You're done.
Oh, I'm done. No. No.
Let's go.
So I'm a loser. Yes, and let's go to my.
It actually says GPSC wins.
It did.
It says
Crypto Dude wins on my screen.
On my screen. Hold on.
Do you want to share?
Yeah. Let me show you.
I got the claim option, so
yeah,
I think it's probably just some sort of.
I just want to take a second to reflect on the fact that DeOrganized was created by the community, and DeOrganized Games was created by Trip, aka by the community. Yep. Like this is so cool.
This is what happens when great minds get together and then just start implementing ideas. And Trip is a base devs. He has a very, very strong knowledge about how Stacks works, and he's a very good analytics guy. So that's why I kind of wanted to show off like the analytics portion, like shows your wins, shows your play time. It is great. But we found a bug again tonight. Trip, we got a GPSC wins from the audience sector, like the side of things. Whereas on my end, it shows that Crypto Dude won. So if we could just replicate this, it was a couple bombs, a couple placements, and it's probably just something that is like very easily fixable.
It's going to be on the output of once the game state settle or whatever, or once a winner is determined, it's probably some sort of output binding issue to pass to the viewing users. So.
Right, and it wasn't.
It definitely attributed it to me. I'm looking at the awards on my profile page. It says I won it. It's got all the stats there. So it seems to have settled, so to speak, correctly. It's just I think the rendered output to viewing users probably has a bug.
Yeah, what would be cool?
What is it?
if we could have our own custom, instead of X's and O's, you have your own customized icon.
Facts.
Yeah.
Skinning this thing over is very easy. Like, say you own Giga Pepe V2, and then your O's are Giga Pepes, or whatever you are is a Giga Pepe. You know, that could be a thing. You know, or Stacks Invaders.
I want a game that's a shooter game, where like that app you guys were playing with Rosar, where it made the NFTs like 3D and lifelike and interactive in a 3D world. I want that kind of world where we are our PFPs running around shooting each other in a game. Like, that's the game lobby, and you earn points from the shooter game, you know, and then whatever.
Well, it could happen with Blade.
And then you could do like Jack said, where you do like community matches where it's like 10v10 or whatever. You got 10 Rue guys against 10 Leo guys or 10 Welsh guys, or maybe you even have like 4 teams. It could really be like I would definitely I'd be playing all day.
Yeah, I would play it all day too. So there's something on ETH called Meme Alliance, where they have this game built out in Unreal Engine, and you can earn tokens, like in meme tokens. I think they're partnered with like Pork, Pepe, all the big memes on ETH, and you can go play this type of shooter. So I could see it definitely be implemented here in Stacks.
There could be bounties. There could be leaderboard rewards. There could be upgrades where you can you put money in to get better gear in the games or something like that, or maybe you're wagering, meme coin versus meme coin, and
I was just thinking about that on the Tic Tac Boom. It'd be cool if there is an option for like Jack was saying and GP was saying about being able to skin it, right? And then also, put those NFTs up for, battle, not like for battle, but basically up for grabs, basically in the winter. So basically, whatever's on the board, basically at the end of the match.
Oh yeah, that's
really, you could put down NFTs.
Yeah, exactly. So like my O's could be Disruptors, and if I win, then I get whatever his X's are, and vice versa.
That's very
cool. We should also skin the bombs where it's actually a foot pick from Giga Pepe.
Yeah,
at least one piece is playing.
and we have a certain demographic that would come for that, from the Feet Finder world, right? And we're onboarding people from Feet Finder. Hey, you want to see some feet pics? Here you go. Like, yes, dude, I can see the vision. Yes, dude, how do you find my feet so fast? Golly, man, exposing me so quickly, man. Dang it.
Those are some really nice feet for a dude, man. Just saying.
Thank you. I appreciate
why your feet win you bribes.
I'm telling you, man. Like those
this
things.
This is why we got to keep them safe from the Federal Reserve guy. Like,
dude, don't let them know. They're gonna make a strategic feet reserve, and I won't ever get a break.
Strategic. Freaking have a strategic moist reserve.
Oh, strategic moist reserve is based, bro. Based. Where is Landy when you need him? He'd enjoy this conversation. The moist versus fresh conversation is coming back very soon. Trust me, I feel it. Like the meme coin boom is coming right back.
I just can't see how fresh can't win out in the end.
I mean, it's a close race, man. I'm not a maxi of either. I hold both, dude. It's both things. One is proof of work, moist, right? You prove that you're putting in work, and your feet get a little moisty, right? And then
get a little moist down there sometimes.
Get a little moist down there.
Not hating on anybody, but
you want to take
moist is proof of work and
get a little fresh, right?
But you can't. I like
All I'm saying is that in the event that the nukes start falling, which socks are most likely to survive? Moist socks, dry socks. Yeah.
Well, that excess moisture might act as a barrier.
You mean if they're in the direct vicinity of it, if they're a direct hit by a nuclear weapon? I don't think whichever one made it into the old 50s ice box.
Right. Or maybe 20 miles out or so. Like, we'll have to see.
Oh, dude. So I think that there's a apocalyptic story in this next season of Moist versus Fresh. I definitely believe
Maybe.
that there's a spin to this, especially with all the things going on in the world right now. Tensions are high. I was just watching the other day. I don't want to get too political. That we were talking about going to war with Iran or something like along those lines. Don't know if it was fake news. Don't know if it was like Fox trying to manipulate me. But I saw that.
Is, man, unless Russia and or China are in their corner, Iran don't want none.
Oh, no smoke, no smoke. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's one of those things, man. Is like Bitcoin is peace. This is what we're fighting for. We're taking away the power from the big man to drop the big bombs, and I think that it's empowering. Like getting to know you guys and learn about being like freed from the system has only fueled my mission like 10x. Like seriously, I've learned so much since getting into the Web3 space, more than I have in college. Little known fact about GP is that I could work on your AC if I wanted to. All I have to do is go take a certification class. I already got all my credits, and then boom, I'm fixing your AC unit. But then I found Web3, and I learned what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. I want to be able to educate the masses about what's going on here because this revolution cannot be stopped.
There's nothing wrong with doing
Bitcoin,
HVAC repair though. That's a huge
Yeah, that's
a huge need. I'm just saying, as a realtor, we need tradesmen as well. So, but I love having you here in Web3 with us. So,
Yeah, like
you guys are doing this. Go get an HVAC license.
Yeah, mainly did it so I could work on my own stuff without having to get taxed out the ass for that type of work. You're just like, hey, you learn the tricks of the trade, and then you bump it this way, and then it starts working again. And you tell Sally, hey, see you next month. So I want to learn that's why I learned it. But I live in an older house, man. These things happen. My AC unit might just crap out one day, like it did last summer, and it gets real hot when that happens. So. And it is a good. I put my foot through my roof though, dude.
Eventually, you'll be able to list your services on Wagme or Mr. Wagme's Block 9, right, in your business, and then collect some repair services, right, and go collect a payment and some SBTC, right?
Huge. I love the idea of starting up an HVAC business and putting it on Block 9 app. On the map.
Actually, I'm gonna ask while it's fresh in my mind, Crypto Dude and maybe Jack too. This morning when Antonio and Mike were on talking about their prediction market, and they've been working with AI BTC devs, and they've been working on Mike was one of the ones that worked on the stx.eco website for the voting, for the DAO voting for for the all the voting for SIPs and everything. So they're OGs in stacks. They were talking about something Freeger has been working on, and the word catamaran was brought up, but I didn't quite understand what they were saying. But basically, that whatever it is, it's a way to kind of always track the Bitcoin between the main blockchain and on stacks with Clarity, some way that they're using Clarity that essentially makes SBTC and BTC indistinguishable, except for that you're using it on stacks as SBTC, but it's literally like 1-to-1 and always trackable.
I don't know much about it. When you bring up Freeger, that's just
that's smart, dude. Big shout out, Freeger.
Does that make any sense to you, dude?
Yeah, so if you're talking about catamaran swaps in general, those are trustless exchanges between owners of Bitcoin and other digital assets. So basically leveraging the Stacks blockchain to facilitate it, right? So you can kind of think of it like 3 steps. There's a seller of STX that has to put the STX in escrow. There's a buyer of BTC that makes a BTC transaction to the specified BTC address of the seller. And then the seller or buyer submits a transaction ID of the Bitcoin transaction, and the escrow STX are released, basically. So I don't know if they're talking about leveraging this for a new use case. I didn't really catch the earlier conversation, but I do know what catamaran swaps are in general.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't quite catch it. It had to do with some of the conversation that Blockface started asking him questions like he does, where it's like this rapid fire, like, how can I sell this? And the answers were like getting really deep, and I don't think it. And he was like, okay, I keep hearing catamaran, but I don't understand what it means. And when they were explaining it, I kind of just was like, oh, so basically it means there's no difference between Bitcoin and SBTC because of this. And they concurred, but I don't understand exactly why. I'm just going based on a bunch of stuff they said that I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, I'd have to review what was being discussed earlier to have a better idea, because I mean there's like a lot going on right now, and most definitely hard to keep up with everybody's latest innovation. There is a ton of innovation happening right now. But catamaran swaps has been around for a little while, so it would not surprise me if there's some new interesting way to leverage that with SBTC to make it, better user experience for kind of the Bitcoin natives that aren't necessarily on the stacks directly, so to speak.
Speaking of a lot going on right now, tomorrow, I believe it's at 12:30 Eastern time. There's going to be the Stacks Campfire Space, and Rubes and I are going to be hosting that. There's going to be some judges from the Biddle Battle. There's going to be contestants from the Biddle Battle, and the winner is going to be announced also. And so, yeah.
Yes.
Huge. So definitely tune in.
Yeah, that
Stacks Campfire Space tomorrow at what time, Jack?
I believe it's 12:30 Eastern time.
That is correct. I double checked because I'll be joining you guys.
Maybe we could like do like a I don't know. I hate to even ask this because you guys are hosting all day long. After Find to Earn, maybe we run a DeOrganized Space leading up to it and just kind of.
So I have I think the marketing group call at 10:30.
Yeah.
I want to try to jump into the Bitcoin Pepe thing at 11.
Oh yeah, forget about the, yeah. No, you're right.
And then I have to run. It's just a stream. We already pre-recorded it, so I just actually have to set it up. So I'm actually not doing that at noon. I just have to like monitor it and do a little bit of social sharing while it's going on. I have a kitty show with Jan from Xverse, which we recorded this morning. So I recorded a show before the morning show. I recorded a show before the morning show with Kitty and Jan. And we actually have Adam joining us tomorrow morning to talk a little bit about Biddle Battle. He's not announcing winners. He's just coming on to chat about it tomorrow morning as well. So I'd love to do a show leading into it. I just don't. We're streaming at noon.
Right. And no, that's right. Like it's going to run up against the Pepe Space and the marketing call. So
it's a damn good idea though, Jack.
There's so much going on in our ecosystem. There's no space on the calendar.
I like it.
We have to step on each other's toes eventually, but it's a good thing. It's
a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's just,
I'd cover it. I'd cover it like live and do it, but like I said, you're stepping on the Bitcoin Pepe guys.
Stepping on the Pepe guys, and then we're streaming at noon, so we can't stream. We can't only stream one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Until we have a runway where we can work out some kind of deal with Restream or or build our own.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Coming from Marty Party, top GameStop holders are financing. So I know why, but the fact that Vanguard is the number one holder of GME is funny. So they have to buy GME to then short sell, right? No, that's not how that works. So
they can sell short. If selling short means you're selling, it's like a leverage type of position almost.
Yeah, but don't you have to have the shares to cover the position if you get liquidated?
Well, there's shorts and then there's like puts.
Okay.
So like a short is like the whole GME thing when it was going on back during the pandemic was people were selling more than they owned, right? That was basically the critical part where we're going to liquidate these hedge funds because they're actually selling more shorts than they actually own. But puts is like, yeah, like if you can like kind of buy a short position, from an already existing short kind of thing. But
Right. You don't have to. You don't have to hold that. You can take a naked short position,
right.
in which you don't actually hold any of the underlying asset that you're shorting.
Gotcha. So does that mean that Vanguard is positioning themselves for bullish price action on GME?
By accumulating,
Yeah.
they're accumulating GME.
Yeah, it says top GameStop holders are fascinating, and the fact that Vanguard is the number one holder of GME is funny. So
It could just be because Vanguard. So the top holder of like 88% of the stocks in the U.S. is Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. They're the majority owner of 88% of the market.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's bananas.
So Trip chimed in. The most base dev. Big shout out Trip Monkey. He says the bug is fixed. Refresh page. GPSC no longer stealing the win. Thank you, Trip. Thank you.
All right, it is fixed. I can confirm, just to make sure everyone believes us, that our dev never sleeps. The DeOrganized dev never sleeps. Check that out.
Go.
Check it out. My guy Trip, man. Thank you, Trip. He is also always in the chat supporting while working. I don't know where the guy gets any time for sleep. So big shout out to our dev Trip Monkey. We appreciate you, brother.
Do you know that the top 1% in the United States could own 99% of the real estate in the United States? Residential housing. Like that's how rich they are. So when you talk about 88% of the stocks being owned by like Vanguard and BlackRock and whatever.
They're the majority owner of 88% of business companies, publicly traded companies. They are the majority owner of 88% of them. Well, the majority owner as in they control the assets. They have those assets under management. But that means that they exercise all the voting, all the voting and all the voting rights, and that's why they're on all the boards. They dictate who's on all the committees and all that stuff. So it's actually a really bad situation.
Yeah.
That's
we were so excited about getting into Bitcoin because that's worked out so well for everyone so far. But like the truth of the matter is, Bitcoin's going to do what it's going to do, so we'll just see what happens.
I'm glad nobody just saw me try to take a sip of my water with the.
Where's Jake Blockchain? Last time you guys caught me with that one, he
he picked his nose.
he made it. He turned it into a 40.
Oh yeah, dude. Big shout out to Jake Blockchain and shout out to the Bobs, man. Yeah, we love you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so fellas, it's about that time for me. I think dinner time is calling. I got some ribs in the oven and I can smell them.
Very nice.
I want to eat them.
I was about to peace out anyway.
Yeah, so I want to go around the room and just last vibes, last final thoughts of the conversation, last how it goes. Any final vibes, and I'm gonna shoot the crypto dude first.
Just keep killing it, guys. I mean, we're building the change, so keep emanating those vibes.
Right on. We have to keep the vibes high and keep loving the room. That's what we do while bringing you the latest alpha. Peace. What's up, man? What's on your mind?
I love doing this with you guys. I love being here with you all and our broader community, the guys in the chat, the guys helping us build, the guys building along with us, beside us, all the groovy people that keep coming on to our shows, both in the morning and night. And Mel's killing it with her shows and the people she's getting on there. And Zenny's killing it with Fine to Earn. And, we're just, I'm really feeling great about, Jack's getting his 1 year anniversary with Rue, and we got the Bitcoin Pepe guys are getting into their second year, and Rubes is killing it, and everyone in the ecosystem, everything's crushing right now. Alex is moving forward, Velar is moving forward, Bitflow stacking down. It's all coming together. Zest, you know, and watching all of us grow together too. It's, you know, I'm just thank you guys for just kind of being on the planet and existing with me at the same time.
Thank you, bro. Like you have absolutely crushed it with, you know, DeOrganized Media is one of those things that has just like come together so nicely. Big shout out to Trip. Big shout out to you and all the work that you put in, brother. You're crushing it. Thank you so much, man. And you know,
Not doing it alone.
I'm telling you, it takes a team, and we're all together, growing together, learning together, and I love it. The vibes are high. And to the legend Jack Ben Switch, happy birthday, Rue, and you know you deserve this day, man, and this victory. You know you're crushing it, man. Any final thoughts, any final vibes that you want to put out into the ethos, brother?
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to. The organized is gonna eventually be like cable news. It's gonna be like 24 hours a day. You know, like now. I mean, you
It'll
two
be
are actually
like
gonna handle
cable
all of it.
news, but it'll be different in some very key ways.
Right? Oh, 100%.
But I like the vision because I do.
That's what it's going to take. Like, because there's so much you can cover on any given day that you just simply can't because there's so much going on.
Can't do it. We need more GPSEs. We need more Peace Love Musics. We need more Jack Ben Switches, Crypto Dudes, Crypto Monkeys. We need more Mr. Wagme. We need to get our brothers that don't have the stable internet connections to join us, like Rihanna, Reese. I mean, we got a bunch of these guys that are chads that need to be heard, that have a lot to say in their own right.
Oh, I'll say this: bull market, they'll get Starlinks one way or the other. Like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I've already got Crypto Smith set up with Starlink. I've been helping him with that. So that's
where's he at?
He's out of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like, good shout out Crypto Smith, man. Like one of the things that I saw with 300 though was that their customs is very corrupted, so it's very hard to they harbor by ranch and shit in Zimbabwe.
Pain in the ass.
You know, so like, you know, Nigeria, I would imagine it might be something similar. So, but good on you for getting that shit set up, dude. Because like our brothers across the seas, man, like we gotta look out for them, man, and they're part of this movement, and they're an integral part, you know.
Yeah,
so
exactly, you took the word out of my mouth. That's exactly it. And shout out to Stacks. This is one of the things I respect most about Stacks of everything is like the way that when they started, they dedicated time and resources to going and giving this opportunity to people all across Africa, right? Like you're empowering people to completely change their nations. That's really what you're giving people the opportunity
as a focus. Like they're
not a side point, and not a side point, a focus.
Right. That's actually one of their.
They did it. They did that everywhere, actually, like Asia and all over the place.
America, right.
So that's
so
big props to them for that.
Huge. And like, yeah. So I mean, dude, if Hannah had good internet connection, that dude would be twice as prolific as he is now.
Dude walked a kilometer while it was getting dark. It was evening time.
Right, during the Ardon stack for the Rue show. Well, no, was it Ardon? Well, no, it was the show early.
He did that too this week. For the Ardon stacks on Tuesday, and then again for the Rue.
He walks down the street.
Soldier, bro.
That's walking a mile away almost to get internet because it just sucks at his house. The dude bought a house so he could get consistent electricity.
Right.
Because he couldn't get a consistent electricity where he was renting.
And that is what this is all about, because there's such a thing as like first world problems and wanting Lambos and bullshit like that.
Right.
But when we say that this, you know, like banking the unbanked, opening financial rails for people who wouldn't have them otherwise, giving everyone equal opportunities, that's what this is really about at the end of the day. And that's why I'll never stop doing what I do, because if there's any like earthly cause at this part in my life that's worth trying to advance, it's this. You know,
I couldn't have said it better. Like it's
Fundamentally, people are economically generative. So the more we can put people together and generate interactivity, the more economic capacity we all have collectively.
Yeah,
So-
network effect.
Right. So being able to integrate with just think about if our sphere was just US based, we wouldn't have the same number of viewers. We wouldn't have the same resources of just people and ideas available to us. So it's the more we can get together, the better we all are.
100%.
Yeah, Bitcoin is all about borderless payments and permissionless
Right.
operations. So
Borderless, permissionless, open source, trustless, censorship
Exactly.
resistance.
exactly.
And that's why our community is so great, because it's people that share those ideals. So sometimes the details we might differ on details, but fundamentally we come from the same moral standard, and that makes things work a little bit more cohesively, I think.
Yep.
we're all
Yeah.
fighting. We're all focused on the mission and like understand how important what we're doing here is. Like, you know, we're trailblazers in our own lane, working in a permission decentralized environment, and I think that goes right over people's heads sometimes when you put it that way. But it is banking on the unbanked. It is fostering collaboration and making opportunities that wouldn't be there for others and otherwise, right? You know, so it's we have a very important mission, guys, and we stay mission focused. That's what's important. So we're gonna keep chipping away and keep at it. You know, Jack, I didn't mean to you know.
No, not at all, man. Like this is it. This is why we're in the right place. This is why I know I'm in the right place. This is why we're in the right place, because this all really matters at deeper levels. And look, I don't care how you get into crypto. I got into it because I lost my ass in the business, and I had taxes due, and I'm like, man, this Bitcoin shit looks easy, right? And 9 years later, I've received an education that I would have not received any other way, right? So I don't care how you get here. Once you're here, if you find the right place, you're gonna learn, and you're gonna be empowered to make a difference. And like, that's why I know we're in the right place, because there's enough people like that here, right now.
Facts, dude. I couldn't have said it better again, man. So many base takes in the room from some base chads, guys. I hope that you have a very, very blessed rest of your evening. It's always an awesome conversation getting to shoot the shit with you guys and like just to discuss alpha and be with you guys, man. Like, I'm honored. All the honor is mine, man. And I hope you guys have a awesome kick-ass day. Let's finish the week strong. We got a couple more episodes coming to you. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Good
Later.
job, guys.
And this has been another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars into the same room, discuss various topics, get you the alpha, kick out high frequency vibes, and keep loving the room. Remember the mission, stay focused. We're going to get there chipping away one day at a time. I'm GP with DeOrganized Media. I'm out. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace.